Alors, je pense qu'on doit... Ouais, on doit parler au capitaine, je m'en doutais. Je m'en doutais de ça. Alors,
So, you still haven't found your cousin?
oui,
Have no
oui.
fear.
I'm still without...
L'interroger sur ce qu'a dit Madame Fontaine.
I spoke with a woman who told me she was the mother of the cabin boy. She claims that her son was taken from her.
Taken? Her son is sea-gifted. His parents were required to give him up to honor the terms of a contract.
A contract? But what kind of contract are we speaking of?
A commercial contract. In exchange for services rendered by the Nauts, some families cede more than gold. In some cases, nations even trade some of their subjects before they're born. I wouldn't be able to tell you the condition of Jonas's contract. I didn't even know he was originally from Serene. But what I can tell you is the young man hasn't seen his parents since he was a small child. And ever since, he's been a Naut. Our ships are his home. And we are his only family.
Demander des informations à monsieur... Ouais... Découvrir où est Jonas.
Be back soon, Captain.
You see anyone else who might be able to help us? Anyone who's not a Naut?
Sardet a veritable well of scientific knowledge. He could tell us a little more.
Alors, où est-ce qu'il faut aller? Ah, ok. Il est pas loin. Super. Monsieur de Coursillon. Oups, désolé.
But I still don't see Constantine at your side. I hope he hasn't been the victim of any foul play.
Don't worry. We'll find him in time for departure.
Oups, j'ai
certainly
cliqué
hope
sans
so.
faire exprès.
Would you be in need of my help in any way?
I've had a word with Lady Fontaine. You must know her. That rich family that lives near the docks. She told me a strange story about her son who was a cabin boy on our ship. She said that he was taken when he was a child due to some contract with the Nauts.
Who was a cabin boy? Do you mean he's no longer one?
They took him back to bring him home.
Well, that is very unpleasant news to Sardet. We need to do all we can to bring the boy back to his ship. Since time immemorial, there has always been a certain price to pay for the services of the Nauts. Children born on their ships belong to them. It's the rule of the sea. But certain contracts are so important that they also require children to be offered in exchange. From time to time, the congregation has passed such accord, and certain noble families had to give their children up.
Are you telling me that the Fontaines lost their son because of some agreement signed between my uncle and the Nauts?
No. That pact ended a long time ago. This cabin boy couldn't have been a part of that contract. But Sir Fontaine has made a fortune trading with the Alliance, via ships.
Do you mean he would have offered up his own son in exchange for wealth?
Well, he probably did it before the birth of the child, and regretted it afterwards. But that is of little importance. What counts most is that you bring the boy back to the Nauts as quickly as possible. Breaking a contract with the seafarers has always cost us dearly. Our nation could feel it in its coffers.
I will do my best.
A father selling his own son for a few boat rides. For ugly, that is ugly.
Lady Fontaine
Ouais.
didn't seem to have any knowledge of that detail. That could be of use to us.
Bonjour. On sauvegarde avant.
Excuse me, madam, but I haven't quite finished my inquiry yet.
If you would be so courteous, I would like you to leave. I have told you all that I have to say.
La menacer.
Come on now, stop lying. Jonas was taken away by force against his will by armed men.
That is not true. Completely false. He...
Enough! With every word, you are a step closer to a prison cell.
Prison? But what would be the charges?
Kidnapping. Whether Jonas is your son or not, he is a Naut that you kidnapped and locked up. In the eyes of the prince, you have committed a crime that puts the interests of the congregation at great risk.
I beg of you, Your Excellency. Have mercy on a poor mother who is looking only to recover her child. We didn't kidnap our own son.
Ah,
And if you need to speak with him to be convinced, please do. He's in our warehouse, near the Coin Guard Plaza, next to the canal. I am certain that once you have heard his account, you will see the tragedy in our predicament and help us.
I regret threatening that woman.
You didn't have a choice. She was lying, and we need to find that boy.
ouais, moi aussi, j'aurais préféré faire autre chose que... J'aurais préféré éviter de la menacer, quoi, parce que bon... Hop... Mais de là à menacer cette pauvre femme, c'était un peu extrême. Mais bon, je voyais pas ce que je pouvais faire d'autre, hein, après... Ah, ouais.
Let's just try to remain discreet.
Essayons de rester discrets. La blague.
So
Le petit bonhomme en mousse.
what are you doing here?
I've come looking for your son. The Naughts are worried about his disappearance.
Those Naughts took him from us, but now we've got him back, and he'll be staying with us.
Would you be so kind as to hear what I have to say, Sir Fontaine?
Charisme, tenter de raisonner. Ah!
You've taken your son against his will and have him locked up like merchandise in a warehouse. Is that what you call being a good father?
If
C'est
I
raté.
hadn't taken him back,
Oh,
he would have
réussi.
been hauled off on one of the cursed ships.
Oh, j'ai réussi.
If
Cool.
that's what he wants, then why would you want to stop him?
For his mother. She misses him so. But in the end, you may be right. My boy has changed. He hasn't spoken a word to me since we've been in this precarious predicament. Very well. Take the key and take him away. Cursed be the day I delivered my son unto the...
All children leave the nest one day or another, sir. Farewell.
Oh oh, on a réussi. Trop classe. On va sauvegarder, hein, parce que bon. Utiliser la clé. Ah, le voici. Les
Who are
notes.
you?
My name is de Sardet. I am legate of the congregation. Your captain has sent me to find you.
And were you able to convince my father to allow me to go free?
Yes. Even if I had to bend his arm a little.
That doesn't surprise me. He seemed to have no intention of changing his... I feel more sorry for my mother. She seems so sweet and happy to see me.
You don't seem to be all that close to your parents.
I hadn't seen them since I was 5 years old. I barely remember them. They find me,
Ben oui.
capture me, and lock me up in this warehouse.
Ben oui.
Hard to grow close after all that. My family is the Naughts. I am sorry for my parents, but that is the way of it now. Can I go home?
Yes.
Oui, vas-y.
You should still go and say farewell to your mother. Then find your way to the ship. I'll see you there.
On sort et on va voir qu'est-ce qu'il en est de notre cousin. Voilà, il ne reste plus que ça, donc c'est parfait. Voilà. On va parler à l'aubergiste, poussez-vous. On sauvegarde et on lui parle.
Tavern keeper.
I see you're back. Can I pour you something this time?
Non.
I'm looking for my cousin. His name is Constantine. I believe he was intent on celebrating his departure last night.
There was indeed a party here last night, but it ended badly.
Whatever
Ah
do you
bon?
mean?
A brawl broke out. My tavern was shattered, and no one's paid for the damages.
I'm sorry. Amongst the rebel rousers, did there happen to be a young man? 20 years of age. Hair down to his neck, light brown, blue eyes. Quite the talker.
I don't believe it. Of course he was there. He's the man that started the fight. I hope you've come to reimburse me. Don't count on me to help you if that's not the case.
What kind of damage are we talking about exactly?
A good half of my furniture was broken into firewood. I piled up the lot over there.
Let me take a look. Perhaps it can be repaired.
If you can fix it, I'd be obliged. If
Attends.
not, you'll need to pay.
Ouais, je crois qu'on va lui payer parce que on n'a pas les compétences pour réparer ce qu'il faut. Bon, on va le payer.
Here
Hein.
you are, to cover your expenses.
Excellent. Honest books
Heureusement qu'on a
makes
vendu
for
des
honest
trucs, hein.
friendships. Your cousin is either a very bad joker or a right good fool. He went and insulted a band of ruffians from the lower boroughs.
Oh, mais il est
Dangerous
complètement
fellows.
con en fait, son
They're
cousin.
a storehouse, but you didn't hear that from me. In any case, if you were set on recovering your cousin, I would hurry if I were you. They're not the tender sorts.
Thank you for the information.
Off with ya.
Aïe, aïe,
Get
aïe.
him out of whatever mess he's got himself into. Seemed like a courageous fellow who could down his pint. Anything else?
Non, non, on se
I
barre.
need to
c'est
be
bon.
off. Farewell.
Goodbye.
Oh non.
If you had any idea who I am. Open up, imbeciles! I have a ship to catch!
That
Oh,
vulture
c'est
of
pas
a
vrai.
tavern master was right. It is Constantine's voice. It's coming from the floor above.
It sounds as if he's locked up.
And I have a feeling they're expecting company. Be careful. The slightest itchy word to these brutes will have them drawing blades to scratch it.
Negotiation may be the solution. As you say, this breed of brutes won't spit on ransom money.
What a waste. I'd rather sneak around them than give half a coin to these seedy fellows.
Libérer Constantin. Comment est-ce qu'on va faire? Attends, on va sauvegarder 2 fois même. Ce sera moins compliqué. On va peut-être y aller en mode fufu pour voir. Alors... Ah, je peux pas détruire ça.
It's not possible just now.
Ah, je peux pas faire ça. C'est nul. Bon. On remonte. Par où est-ce qu'on pourrait passer? Parce que bon, là... Donc là, c'est par là. D'accord, donc il y a une autre entrée par là. Ouais, je vais faire ça. J'ai pas trop le choix de toute façon. Détection des ennemis. Attends, on va sauvegarder. On va sauvegarder ici aussi. Hop.
He needed to be taught a lesson, but it's better we grab some coin. With all those posters we posted, someone with deep pockets will show up sooner or later to liberate the rooster.
Ouh.
He's making a
Il y a
great
quelqu'un
deal of
au-dessus.
noise. We could knock him out or gag him.
Il y a quelqu'un au-dessus. Lui, il a pas l'air de bouger, par contre. Au-dessus, il y avait quelqu'un, il me semble. Ouais, il y a quelqu'un au-dessus. Il retourne, il fait demi-tour. Pousse-toi, Kurt. Il va pas faire le tour quand même. Allez, barre-toi. Quand tu veux, hein, pour t'en aller, monsieur. Merci. Quoi? Ils m'ont vu? Mais c'est pas possible. Attends. C'est pas possible qu'il m'ait vu, hein. Je suis désolée, mais... monsieur l'arbitre, je demande réparation. Ouais. Attends. Dès que c'est possible. Ah, mais ils sont deux! Ils sont deux. C'est quoi cette arnaque? Ah mais le mec il était en bas pourtant. Oh là là, pff, la complication. Bon ça y est, tu te barres? J'ai peur de monter en fait. Même pas. Bon, on a su passer mais... C'était chaud quoi. Doucement. On sait pas sur quoi on va tomber, donc on fait gaffe. Il est à l'étage, ok. Il a intérêt à être discret, hein, Constantin. Je veux pas dire, mais... J'espère qu'il est moins...
I don't have the key.
Oh, c'est pas vrai, faut une clé. Punaise, bon. Clé de la cellule de Constantin, parfait. Poussez-vous. On va sauvegarder ici.
Locked.
Oui, bah, écoute.
Well, this has been monumentous, gentlemen, but I have more important things to attend to. An island
C'est une
to
blague.
govern, treaties to sign, riches to expedite, and a demanding father to impress! Ah,
Oh, on se calme.
Constantine, it's me! My dear cousin! Oh, my lucky star! Always there to pull me out of my fires.
Well, I do what I can. We're departing soon. Your father wasn't pleased by your absence this morning.
Have you ever seen him happy about anything when it comes to me? You know what he thinks of me.
He cares about you, I know that. He appointed you governor, didn't he?
He is ridding himself of a source of constant disappointment. Enough said. Today we set sail for adventure.
Constantin, je sais pas pourquoi, mais ce personnage, je sens que...
If you only knew how these river scum treated me. Do me a courtesy, good cousin. Now that we stand boldly alongside the brave Kurt, let's give them their money's worth.
They haven't spotted us. We could sneak out of here silently. We have a ship to board.
You've always been the reasonable soul. Don't you think these brutes deserve a punishment?
Yes, without a doubt. But don't you think there are more pressing matters? Kurt?
It is your highness's decision to make. Whatever it is, I shall follow.
Donc on va sauvegarder, on va mettre ça, hein, ça sera très bien. Voyons voir un peu la relation entre Kurt et... Quoi? Attends, il est méfiant lui aussi? Non mais c'est une... Non, c'est pas une blague. Bon, du coup, je propose d'y aller discrètement, hein. Je n'ai pas envie... Je n'ai aucune envie d'affronter ces brutes, même s'ils méritent... Enfin, ils méritent... C'est quand même lui qui a commencé, hein. Je veux pas dire, mais voilà quoi. Bon, on a terminé les quêtes sur Sérène, hein. C'était... Moi j'ai bien aimé en tout cas ce début, ça promet pour la suite. J'ai hâte de voir ce que ça va donner sur l'île. Et on va voir ce que ça fera au prochain épisode.